Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Steve with LRM. Today we're going to talk about how to remove a fuel tank strap. Or maybe you guys already have one broken, which is usually the case why you want to replace it. Or maybe because the rubber between the strap is completely deteriorating and it's cutting a hole through the tank or starting to rub a hole in the tank and you need to replace that rubber. So today we're going to talk about how to remove it. I'm not going to completely remove it on this beautiful truck right next to me because as you can see, the fuel tank straps is in good condition, but I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do and how to remove the top part, and the bottom piece is super simple. Before we get started, guys, I need you to, pound those like buttons when you see videos that you like and love, and then also subscribe when you guys wanna save some money, because that's our intentions for you guys to save money, especially for our owner operators out there. And if you guys have any questions, concerns, or something I haven't even done yet, leave a comment at the bottom. All right, guys, so we're gonna talk about removing a fuel tank strap. There's a few things that we're gonna need. One, you're gonna need a 15/16 socket and a little extension. I say a little, but it could be anywhere between 5 inches to 7 inches long. Ha ha ha. And then with a 1/2 inch ratchet. Today, you're gonna see me use a Milwaukee 1/2 inch electric gun just to make life a little bit easier. Also, you're gonna need a 3/4 socket and a wrench to remove the bolt and the bottom. The thing about the straps, right? If you look at the top part, especially on a Freightliner Cascadia, each one will be different. Sometimes the bolt's on the bottom, you let it out and it pops out. Or in this case, you're gonna take the nuts off on the top, and they're usually always two. It's a jam nut. What that means is that it locks the other nut right behind it so it doesn't move to back out. So you're gonna remove that first initial nut, which I already did on this truck. And again, that first one on top is a 15/16. And you can see I already took the nut off. And then the next part I'm gonna remove, and you're gonna see how I'm gonna remove the strap back. So 15/16 on the top. I'm gonna grab my 1/2 inch impact gun real quick, and we're gonna let this strap out, and I'm gonna show you what to be looking for, all right? Before we get started, loosening up the strap, what we're gonna do is put something underneath the fuel tank to support it. Here at the shop, I use a pallet jack and put a pallet underneath just to give it a little bit of support. At home, you guys can use your car jack. Just remember, you're not trying to jack the truck completely off the ground. What you wanna do is just support the tank, so don't do it too much, because if you do, you're gonna crush the bottom of your fuel tank. And also make sure that it's out of the way so you can remove the strap and also work on the bottom part of the strap. So this one is a little bit far forward, so I know that I can get this off without any issues and the pallet not being in my way. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna grab my 1/2 inch gun with the extension, just like so. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and loose the remaining of this strap up. When you get closer here, you'll see that this strap, I don't have to take the nut out completely. All I gotta do is just get enough, because it's like a little T, and it's gonna come out from a little crevice area, and then the strap will come free. I'll show you guys real quick how that works out. All right, so I'm gonna just get my socket back on here. All right, as you can see how this is moving. That's all I want. I'm not even gonna take the whole nut out. And all I'm gonna do now, let's push this forward and see how the T is out. And now the strap comes out. That easy. All right, and I'm gonna give it a little pull. Just like that. All right, guys, so as you can see, it's like a little T-bar, right? And it just slides right into the notch. And all you gotta do is put it in here and then retighten. So here is your strap. Now on the bottom, it's just a bolt that goes completely through. I'm not gonna remove it. You guys can figure this out with using a 3/4 wrench and a socket, and just remove the bolt and then it falls out. And this is right here, see this rubber piece. When you guys get a strap, it doesn't come with the strap. You're gonna have to order another rubber piece. Put it in here. And the reason why is so when you have the tank and the rubber, it's not gonna rub a hole, metal on metal. You have a little buffer in between with the rubber. And then all you do is you do it in reverse, right, guys? You're gonna mount the bottom part up first, and you have your tank supported. So all I'm gonna do is push my strap back in, just like this. And then if you need to, you still have a little extra, because sometimes things move. You see how it bulges out? So just the T, and as you can see, I might need to loosen it up some more, which is fine. It should be hand loose. So I'm backing it up with my finger. And then once I get it in there, just like that, then you can go straight to your electric tool. And you guys remember, lefty loosey, righty tighty. There you go. Now you have your tank strap back on, and then you're gonna have to put on that other nut. Remember what I told you? It's your jam nut. All you're doing is just gonna tighten it up with the other one. Same thing, your socket. All right guys, so a quick recap, right? The tools that you're gonna need, especially on a Freightliner Cascadia 2019, it will be a 15/16 socket with a good size extension. I'd say about 7 inches should work. For the bolt and nut on the bottom, it's gonna be a 3/4. You use a socket and a wrench. And the only reason why I didn't show you, because we really need to replace it, but you guys, if you just remove the nut, that bolt will slide right out. Just make sure that you get the top one loose. And then ultimately, the first thing you really need to do is make sure you support your tank. Right? Make sure that it is properly supported. And before anybody asks and says, hey Steve, what about the rubber seal on the back? Well, the good news is that if you have this here, you'll have a little bit of wiggle room. Just pry out a little bit. You can use a pry bar, if you don't have one, a baseball bat, and then just all you gotta do is work it around just on the back part of that bracket to get the rubber piece in. And then always remember, if you replace the strap, get that rubber grommet that goes in between the strap and the tank, so you don't cause any issues down the road. So that was pretty simple for a fuel tank strap. If you guys have any questions or any concerns, please leave a comment at the bottom. If you guys like what you saw today, don't forget to pound that like button. And guys, subscribe. I'm here to help you save some money. See you guys around.